So you could have an idea from the first word of the poem, the gift of India. Means the gift here was the dead soldiers who sacrificed their lives in the World War I. So mother asked in the first stanza that what does the people think about her? That does she have anything in her hand to provide the world like food crops, treasure, or rich clothes? No, she has sacrificed more than that. She had already given the brave sons of India in the east and west and who were engaged in the world war and who sacrificed their lives. So the mother was in extreme pain, could not tolerate the loss of the death of her sons, and she was expressing her pain to everyone. And now, can you measure the grief of the tears I weep? Now she asked if anyone could measure the pain of the grief, or she was speaking, or compass the woe of the watch I keep. Means compass means the pain. If anyone could measure or mentally grasp or mentally have an idea how much pain she was suffering from, or the pride that thrills to my heart's dead prayer, or the pride means the pride which she feels means through her heart's despair, means through her heart's hopelessness, she could feel the pride, she could feel the adventure and the hope that comforts that anguish of the prayer. And the hope means she was in extreme sadness, but at the same time, she was also proud. And that pride gives her an immense thrill, an immense excitement. And that encouraged her through her heart's hopelessness. When she was very much hopeless, she could only feel the pride which she had for the dead soldiers and the hope that comforts the anguish of pain. Means when it seemed that she was constantly praying for the lives of the dead soldiers, it was rather painful. She knew that they would not be there, but there was hope that they might return. And the far sad glorious vision I see of the torn red banners of victory. And she could see the far sad glorious vision I see. Why it was far? Because victory was at that time far away. And why it was sad? It was sad because the victory would cause so many lives or so many innocent lives of that soldiers. And he could see what? The torn red banners of victory. He could see the banners of victory, but they were all torn. Why torn? Because the victory was fruitless. Red means symbolizing blood and struggle, and though the British soldiers would win ultimately, or the British would win ultimately, but that was fruitless. That's why the victory of banners were torn. And why it was fruitless? It was fruitless because they would not be counted as the victory caused the death of so many soldiers. And though it was a glorious vision, though it was very nice to see the vision of victory, but it was rather sad. When the terror and the tumult of hate shall cease, and life be refashioned on anvils of peace, and your love shall offer memorial thanks to the comrades who fought on the dauntless ranks, and you honor the deeds of the dauntless ones, remember the blood of my martyred sons. So now the last stanza. When the terror and tumult of hate shall cease. So Mother India point out that when the terror means frightening, the terror of war and the tumult of hate means people are hitting each other. People were having war with each other. There was no peace. Tumult means culminating, means very much, immensely it was there. Everything will come to a stop once. And life be refashioned on anvils of peace. And life would be refashioned, means remade. Again life would be made on anvils of peace when there would be peace there, and life shaping up on the anvil of the piece. Anvil is a thing or a block of iron, you can say, where heated metal are placed and beaten and given a shape. So according to the poet, piece would be acting, means piece would be like acting like an anvil, means piece would be the background of shaping up the lives in a new way. And your love shall offer memorial thanks to the comrades who fought on the dauntless fields. So at that time, people must express their gratefulness to the comrades, to the friends who fought on the dauntless ranks, who fought so bravely and who fought on the dauntless rank. Dauntless means in a very desperate way, in a very brave way who fought. And you honor the deeds of the dauntless ones. So everyone must honor the deeds of the dauntless ones, means who were unlikely to be frightened or discouraged, means those brave soldiers. Everyone must offer their thanks, their gratefulness, express their gratitude to the friends who fought bravely and who sacrificed their lives. And you honor the deeds of the dauntless ones. Remember the blood of my martyrs. Since that time when peace would be reigning over the world, Mother India makes the countrymen remember that everyone must pay tribute to the brave soldiers, and they must not forget, they must remember the blood or the sacrifice of his martyred sons. Martyred sons means someone who sacrificed the life for the country. So everyone must remember to pay a heartful tribute to the dead soldiers and to pay them the tribute. So this is a poem of, what can I say, that this is a poem means expressing vital patriotism and love for the country. And this is the poem which is a great tribute to the soldiers of the past as well as to the soldiers of present and future. Means this poem is a perfect tribute to every soldier of our country. So the soldiers who are sacrificing their lives again and again, they must be paid a very perfect tribute, and the countrymen must express their gratitude, gratefulness for them. And everyone must remember that these soldiers are the gifts of the motherland. They must not forget that only the existence of the soldiers make life possible of the secured and in the land of India. They are constantly sacrificing, they are continuously sacrificing, or they have been continuously sacrificing their lives for the sake of the country. So we must be very grateful, and we must honor, and we must show full respect to the sacrifice of the dead soldiers.